My name is Deborah Cameron, and I am with Sisters Unite. And the plush that we are supporting or letting everyone know is Mel Mazda, and Anne Marie Stewart is my partner. My daughters are here today, Shay and Lauren. The illustrator of the book, a great artist, this is Jason Lehman. These are Anne Marie's daughters, Lainey and Madison, and our two new friends, Luis and Ganya. Today we're here at Shriners because we are donating 200 monsters to the kids here. Every shipment we're giving 200 plush monsters to kids that are in situations where they might need someone to watch over them. Mel represents, basically, we all have an inner monster, and Mel is that representation of all of our inner monsters. We're hoping to educate both children and adults that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, where you're from in life, who you choose to love. Essentially, we all have an inner monster, and we need to look beyond the outside and get to know the person, people, just people in general, because you have a lot to learn from other people. I have a story that I'd like to read you about Mel Mazda. And Mel is an anti-bully monster. We like to think that it doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, or who you choose to love. You should look at someone from the inside. So I wrote a little story about Mel to kind of give you an idea of what Mel is about. And it's called Symphony's Voice. Once upon a time, not so long ago, in the outback of Australia, a creative toy designer named Shaz took some ordinary material and after many loving stitches, created a not so ordinary little monster. That little monster became known as Mel Mazda. I am Mel Mazda. In Australia, I spent my days surfing the waves of Bondi Beach and feasting on delicious sushi. On starry nights, I would climb into the pouch of my kangaroo friend Joey, and we would hop under the stars to the magical sounds of the didgeridoo. These were the times I would roar loudly with no worries. One morning, Shaz carefully placed me in a box filled with soft, colorful tissue paper. "Goodbye, my little monster with a big roar," she said. "I will miss you." As the box began to move, I wondered what new adventures awaited me. The journey was very long for the little monster with a toothy grin. Mel traveled across vast waters, halfway around the globe, and finally arrived on the sandy shores of Florida. Just when it seemed as if I would never see the outside world again, the box came to an abrupt halt and the lid opened slightly. A little girl with curly brown hair and big green eyes peeked inside. At first, I thought I would frighten her because after all, I am a monster. But this little girl looked beyond my wild red hair, my pointy teeth, and even the tattoos that adorn my arms, and she hugged me tightly. "My name is Symphony," she whispered shyly. I could barely hear her. "Where's your voice hiding?" I wondered. And so we spent many days searching for it. Where could your voice have gone? We looked under the bed, we looked in her toy box, we even searched in her closet. But after we searched every nook, every corner, and even turned the house upside down, we still could not find it. "No worries," I assured her. "We will find your voice, and when you can't speak, I will roar for you instead." When the two new friends weren't searching for Symphony's voice, they spent their days drawing pictures and dancing to music. Mel Mazda would tell stories of all the adventures Mel had in the outback. "I want to have adventures too," Symphony whispered softly, "but I'm afraid that some people might think I am strange." Mel Mazda replied, "Even though I am a monster, I too get frightened sometimes, but I always try to be brave. Being different is what makes us unique and special." Over time, Symphony became more confident, and magically her voice became a little bit louder as each day passed. And eventually, they realized that she never really lost her voice at all. It was just hidden within her, waiting to be set free. always remember that there is nothing wrong with being different. Even though it's very difficult to be brave, it is wonderful to be seen and heard. Sometimes in life, all we need is a little monster with a big roar to help us find our voices. And what a sweet symphony that will be. The end. This is Lainey, and she has a story that she would like to read about Mel. So it's all yours.
Mel Monster. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Symphony. She got a monster named Mel Monster. One day, Mel came to life. It was of God's magic, Mel Monster. Chapter 2, Where is Symphony? The next day, Mel woke up and said, Symphony, is it morning yet? No one answered. Symphony was taken to the doctor, but Mel didn't know. Mel looked all over the house, but Mel didn't find her. She looked under the bed, and there was a note that said to Mel, love, Symphony. The note said, Mel, I'm going to the doctor to get my voice back. So Mel looked all over the house, but no sign of her voice anywhere. Chapter 3, Remembering Mel Monster. When Symphony was grown up, she remembered Mel Monster. She took her out of a box and hugged her. She remembered all the times they had together. Then Symphony said, I love you, Mel. Then Mel said back to her softly, I love you too.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Yay. Very good.
Jamie, they collected money with a scam in their neighborhood. So, and then our company matched their contribution, and we're donating it to the hospital.